Now on 4 News Now at 6, Washington will soon cover the cost of college tuition for some families. We'll show you who qualifies and when this new law will go into effect.
Snow is finally back in the first alert forecast. We have team coverage on how much you can expect tomorrow morning and how our lack of snow this season compares to years past.
My friend texted me and said, "You're no longer a criminal." And I'm like, what?
Plus, President Biden pardons a Colville woman. We talk with her about the years-long fight to clear her name. It's a story you'll see only on 4 News Now. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Well, some students from low-income families will soon have their college tuition guaranteed as early as their sophomore year in high school. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Derek Dice. Starting in 2026, those who receive SNAP food assistance will qualify to go to college for free. Mary Sheridan explains this new shift to simplify financial aid.
Completing FAFSA is one of the most accurate predictors of whether a high school senior will go to college. But for many, FAFSA is a waiting game that may not result in enough aid for students to pursue higher education. But one Washington organization is taking the guesswork out of this transition.
There's no better investment than in education and training.
This is why the Washington Student Achievement Council is working to make higher education a reality for more students.
How can we make going from high school to college or other types of training and education, how can we make that more like going from middle school to high school?
The council proposed a new law to simplify this transition for low-income families. Starting January of 2026, students from families receiving SNAP food assistance will be guaranteed the maximum Pell Grant, even before they apply for FAFSA.
Essentially, this is taking the guesswork out of FAFSA.
Yeah. It doesn't change the program in any way other than giving you that certainty in 10th grade. And it is something that, you would ultimately find out in 12th grade, but we're afraid we lose you along the way.
The executive director of WSAC, Michael Miotti, says that guaranteeing tuition earlier allows families crucial time to plan for their child's future.
Even younger students, and particularly parents and family members in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, because if maybe that can give them a leg up and even more time to be thinking about how to do this and plan for this.
And the council says they hope families still apply for financial aid, which could help pay for books or housing. But if for some reason they can't fill out FAFSA, their tuition is covered anyway. In studio, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now.
Well, Washington Senator Patty Murray is urging parents and students to make sure they fill out the federal student aid application. According to the senator, Washington students missed out on $65 million in grants last year simply because the applications weren't filled out.
Take advantage of every penny of federal support available to you. Fill the FAFSA out, quick, it's easy, and thousands of dollars in federal grants could be on their way to you, 10 minutes away.
And the application is now open. Experts say you should fill it out as soon as possible. All right, many of you have been asking, and we can finally say we have some snow on the way.
That's right. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see when it's expected to arrive.
Well, for some folks, it has already arrived, but very, very light, almost imperceptible snow in progress down on parts of the Palouse and into the Columbia Basin. This is moving to the north and into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area later this evening. Here is our chance of snow over the next several hours. 30% between 7 and 9 o'clock. Then that jumps up to 40% through midnight and into the early morning hours before decreasing tomorrow morning. By the time the morning commute is underway, most of the snow will have moved into North Idaho. Here are some of the predicted snowfall totals through tomorrow morning. They are not very impressive. In general, less than an inch of snow around the region. Right in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, some of the heavier snowfall totals will be found south of I-90, down around Spangle, Cheney, and of course further down onto the Palouse. Meanwhile, lighter snow totals around Spirit Lake and Deer Park. And what snow we get might not last very long. High temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s, 36 in Meade and in Spokane, 38 in downtown Spokane Valley, as well as Liberty Lake and Post Falls, and 39 in Coeur d'Alene. I'll be back with another round of wet weather, a stronger system coming in Friday night. I'll let you know what that has in store for us in just a few minutes.
Well, millions of Stanley stainless steel mugs are being recalled. The Switchback and Trigger Action travel mugs are being recalled because the threads on the lids can shrink when exposed to heat, allowing it to come off. So far, 91 people worldwide have been injured as a result, mostly due to burns. If you have one, contact Stanley through its website for a replacement lid.
And now to an update on a story we first told you about last month here on 4 News Now. A piece of legislation aimed at ending child abuse in residential treatment facilities is gaining traction on Capitol Hill. Last night, the Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act unanimously passed the U.S. Senate. Paris Hilton and her team have been working to get this bill signed into law for years now. The bill would require more federal financial oversight and regulation for children in residential treatment facilities, many of which are at the center of abuse allegations. Next, the bill has to pass the House, and right now it is in the Energy and Commerce Committee, which Washington Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers chairs. Earlier this year, we spoke with the Congresswoman about this bill and the work she has been putting in to get a vote this session, including meeting with survivors here in Spokane.
I've had the opportunity to meet with several here locally, and it's compelling that we need to take action. We all agree that we must be protecting our children in these institutions.
But what comes next? California Representative Ro Khanna, who is the sponsor of the bill, said in a statement, quote, "The Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act, which I am leading in the House, will help reform a system that has failed children and their families for too long. Now that it has passed the Senate, the House needs to vote on it next week. I am passionately advocating with House leadership to get this done. This legislative session ends in January. We will update you if and when a vote happens." And you can hear the story of a Spokane woman who survived years in a residential treatment center and says this legislation could save lives. Watch Natalie Grant's special report. It's up right now on KXLY.com. Well, you could soon see gas prices go up in Washington. This week, the Department of Ecology finalized its most recent round of auctions of carbon allowances as part of the state's Climate Commitment Act.
The companies bid with the Department of Ecology based on how much greenhouse gas they emit. The more they emit, the more they pay. And this month, prices are up more than 30% from the last auction. Alexandra Cohen-Yards is here. Alexandra, do we know why these prices are up?
Now, Derek, this could be because of the election. Remember, this program was on the line with Initiative 2117. This graph shows how prices or allowances have changed since the CCA went into effect in 2023. It started with $48.50 and peaked at $63. Now, look at 2024. While the initiative was on the ballot and the program was in jeopardy, demand and prices went down. Since that initiative has failed, prices are back up.
Businesses that emit large amounts of greenhouse gas emissions in Washington have to participate in the Department of Ecology's quarterly auctions, which generate funds for climate resiliency programs in the state.
The price is higher, that means more revenue for the state.
Gas prices saw a surge in 2023, which critics of the Climate Commitment Act say is a direct consequence of the program. Now, some are warning that this recent rise in allowances will have a similar impact.
The two big areas consumers are going to see impacts are going to be in the price of fuel and then also in the price of natural gas.
62% of voters rejected the measure that would have repealed the CCA. Climate activists argue that this shows Washingtonians are clearly in favor of the program. For the Association of Washington Businesses, an outright repeal is not the goal, but rather a revision.
Is that it's happening too fast. These costs are kicking in at way too high of a value for consumers and businesses to adjust to them, and not giving them the time or resources to be able to plan out, a sort of slower start to this program.
The Washington Policy Center, a think tank, says this jump in allowances will equate to a 32-cent increase per gallon at the gas pump. Yet the Department of Ecology says there are many factors that influence those prices.
It's difficult to determine the exact impact, at least when you're talking about the price at the pump, because we just don't have insight into all the factors that go into that price.
Avista is one of the companies that bids on these quarterly auctions. It says it is too early to tell the impact these increased prices will have on consumers. The next auction is set for March of 2025. In studio tonight, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Alexandra, thank you. Empty shelves line the walls at Second Harvest, with the organization struggling to get donations.
What items the organization says it is in need of most coming up tonight at 6:30. Plus, turning your house into a winter wonderland? Smart plugs and these lights can help. Consumer Reports shares simple ways to add festive fun while staying safe, coming up in about 15 minutes.
And a local woman pardoned by the President of the United States. In a 4 News Now exclusive, hear about her decade-long fight and how she's giving back to the community.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Make cleanup a breeze with a brand new model Bosch dishwasher. Available in 3 colors, each for just $449, a savings of $350. These Bosch dishwashers offer quiet operation, advanced water efficiency, and a variety of cycle options to clean your dishes every time perfectly. At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
At Jewelry Design Center, we want to be your jeweler for life. We are locally owned and the largest jewelry store in the region, offering you a showroom filled with world-famous brands and designers. We are a team of artists, craftsmen, and professionals who create exclusive designs and one-of-a-kind pieces. Take time to think it over, but we are not your average jewelry store. From our hands to your heart, we are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
I'm JJ. I'm Tyler. We're with Kiona Vineyards, and we're here at Yokes Fresh Market. Our grandparents planted the first vineyard on what would become Red Mountain. Some of our legacy cultivars include Cabernet Sauvignon, Lemberger, and Chenin Blanc. The Lemberger is really exciting, right? It has really high red and blue fruit profile to it. We are a big little winery. Yokes has been a beautiful match for us culturally.
Check out Kiona Wines at Yokes Fresh Market. Ring in the holiday season with some reindeer riches at the Kootenai Casino in Bonners Ferry. Santa's got you on his list for 12 days of giveaways and a New Year's Eve countdown to cash. Midweek rates start at $59 in the Kootenai Falls Lodge and $79 in our Riverview rooms. And join us for December Holly Jolly Hot Spins and Weekend Spin and Win. Come celebrate all December at the Kootenai Casino and win big. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
It was on the White House for the page of the White House, and there's my name. And I was like, oh.
Well, after 20 years as a convicted felon, Rosetta Davis of Colville got a fresh start this morning when President Joe Biden wiped her slate clean. Rosetta is one of 39 Americans pardoned by the president today.
And for good reason. She's become a beacon of hope in the Colville community, helping those battling substance abuse, something very familiar for her. She spoke with our Hunter Bertram today, sharing her journey of sobriety, being a felon, and what's next in her life as she's no longer a convicted criminal.
11 years ago, Rosetta Davis asked for a second chance, a federal pardon that could only be granted by a president. And after 3 different administrations,
I gave up. I just thought, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Which is why on Thursday morning, she received something strange on her phone.
My friend texted me and said, "You're no longer a criminal." And I'm like, what?
It's a text that made her do a double take and ask, is this even real?
I was like, what? And anyway, so she, and then when I got back to the office, she gave me the paperwork on the president's pardon, and I was on the list. So I'm just still in shock.
But this shocking moment comes after 2 decades of hardship, being a convicted felon, a title she thought she would never carry, given she was sober when handed that federal drug charge conviction.
Not saying I was innocent, because I totally was not. But, you know, I thought, I'm sober. My life is changing.
Rosetta's a recovering meth addict. She's nearly 24 years sober, now devoting her life to helping others get better as a substance abuse peer. She tells me this pardon won't change that.
I will continue to do what I do. I will still help people get sober. But now I give them hope, because if I can do it, anybody, they can do it.
She also goes to drug court with those struggling, offering a helping hand. And after 20 years of going in and out of the Stevens County Courthouse and jail, being a convicted felon, on Thursday she walked through its front doors for the first time, not being a criminal anymore.
I like this place now. This is not a bad place anymore. This is a good place.
In Colville, Washington, I'm Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Hunter. Here is your Friday forecast. We'll start the day off with some light snow, most of which will have fallen overnight, and then dry conditions with high temperatures above freezing. We do have more wet weather coming in Friday night. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW Local 3000.
We just love waking up holiday mornings with you.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America. Good morning, America. Happy holidays from all of us here at Good Morning America.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
As temperatures drop, your heating bill will inevitably rise. And with cold weather right around the corner, things are about to get expensive. But Bill's Heating and AC is here to help. We're including a free cold climate heat pump with every furnace, while supplies last. You heard that right. Cut your heating bills in half with a new energy-efficient cold climate heat pump for free. We're the area's top cold climate heat pump experts. So don't miss out on this incredible offer. Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
It's here once again. An adventure in Coeur d'Alene with family and friends. Trees will light up, snow will fall, while you're dining, shopping, and having a ball. Santa and STCU hit elves in secret spots, so keep an eye out and you could win lots. If you find our elf on a shelf while in downtown Coeur d'Alene, a Fig Pickles shopping spree, Gonzaga tickets, or gift cards you could gain. Explore CDADowntown.com if you want to learn more.
Hadestown, returning to Spokane December 21st and 22nd. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays, and you could win a $75 gift card to a local pet store, courtesy of BECU. For details, go to KXLY.com/holidaypets.
Well, Spokane County is already preparing for next fire season with some help from the State Department of Natural Resources.
But part of the county's project means a few popular trails will be closed. Derek Strom spoke with the county's natural resource specialist about what wildfire mitigation means.
Even when it's chilly out, people are still walking their dogs and hiking around the trails here in the Dishman Hills Natural Area. These trails will have to close over the next couple weeks so crews can do some wildfire mitigation to make sure this area is ready when temperatures heat up in the summer. Even though the Dishman Hills Natural Area is at risk of wildfires every year, Spokane County isn't able to do fuel mitigation work there each year. But thanks to $380,000 in funding from the Department of Natural Resources, the county is able to make this area safer for everyone.
This area specifically was identified for prioritization because it has a history of wildfires in the area and fire starts happening on an annual basis.
The Dishman Hills area has seen wildfires as recently as September, and Spokane County hopes thinning the forest here will make it healthier.
Its proximity to the communities around and a lot of neighborhoods that could be possibly damaged by something of that nature.
The parking lot for the Sargent Road Trailhead will be closed to the public for the next 2 weeks, and most of the trails in the area will be closed, but there are a few other local trails you can visit in the meantime.
Phillips Creek Trailhead, Eiler Creek Trailhead, Glen Rose Trailhead, Stevens Creek. They're all local to the Dishman Hills area and would provide a fresh new perspective on this location.
Work is expected to continue on this project through April. In Spokane Valley, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, let's send it over now to Chris Crocker, who is tracking rain and snow on the way.
Yes, and first up, snow. Temperatures right now right at freezing in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but we are dry for the time being. That will not be the case much longer. 4 things to know about your weather. Light snow through Friday morning, generally less than an inch of accumulation across the entire region. Saturday, we have another system, actually Friday night into Saturday morning, bringing another round of mostly rain and snow. Little to no accumulation with that system. Here are the odds of 1/10 of an inch of snow or more through Friday afternoon. Now, for many locations, the chance of snow will be over by the morning commute. However, spots in North Idaho, that snow will be lingering. The greatest chance, Lookout Pass, obviously, but also a good chance for that 1/10 of an inch in Sandpoint. It's about 50-50 in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, as well as Pullman. So not the best odds with this snow moving in. On our satellite and radar, it is very, very light of the snow that is in progress right now. Some of this not even reaching the ground. If it is just the lightest of flurries. Let's take our forecast radar starting off at 8 o'clock tonight. That snow making its way north into Spokane and Coeur d'Alene through tomorrow morning. But by 8 a.m., we are fairly dry with most of the snow in the central panhandle. We get a break through most of the day on Friday, and then Friday evening, the next system moves in. It is going to be just rain for many locations across the region, and then we are drying out once again by Saturday morning. We do have a winter weather advisory for the area shaded in purple on your screen, the Okanagan Highlands, Valleys, Waterville Plateau, and the east slopes of the northern Cascades. 1 to 4 in the valleys with up to 8 above 3,500 feet. We do have another shot at some wet weather early next week and a snow level that will be dropping by Monday down around 1,500 feet. So we could get a little bit of snow next week. But in the short term, anything we get Friday will be maybe long gone by the time we're into Friday afternoon. If not, by Saturday with a high of 42, there will be no sign of snow in most valley locations. There's our next chance on Monday with some snow, possibly mixed with rain, but high temperatures well above freezing through the rest of the forecast. And the trend is toward warmer than average conditions right on through Christmas Day and beyond. Kirsten.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Still ahead, ready to light up your holidays? Consumer Reports reveals how smart plugs can make decorating easier and safer this season.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything.
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Cheney, Medical Lake, and the whole Airway Heights area have become a special place in our story. First, it was the place where my dad started Holiday Heating and Cooling. He walked the streets, going door to door, seeing if anyone needed help with their heating and air conditioning. And then there's my story. Cheney is where I grew up, went to school, and finished my degree in mechanical engineering. That helped give me the foundation for what I do today. Now, taking Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric to the next generation. It's a special place in my heart, and Holiday is proud to be part of this community.
Another successful year, our 8th year making spirits bright in Cowley Park. The 4 News Now Extreme team couldn't do it without all the volunteers and companies that helped us. So we hope you enjoy it. We want to thank Horizon Credit Union for always showing up and getting the job done.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort.
Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast. Tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
This Christmas, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay. And take advantage of year-end specials on your favorite Toyotas. Plus, delay payments for up to 90 days. Making it a great time to check off your wish list for that perfect gift from Findlay.
I think this is my favorite. Okay, hon, what do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Visit Downtown Coeur d'Alene this holiday season.
Well, one of the best parts of the holidays is getting to check out all the festive lights and decorations. But putting those decorations up can be a hassle.
Yeah, Consumer Reports has some tools to make that process easier. Madeline Mullins tells us how you can set up your lights and manage them all from an app on your phone or even your voice.
Look around. Holiday homes are turning into winter wonderlands with lights, music, and in some cases, a lot more.
The simplest way to control your holiday lights is honestly with a smart plug. They're affordable, they work with popular home assistants like Alexa and Google Home.
Alexa, lights on.
And they're really simple to set up to turn on and off at your specific sunrise and sunset times.
Consumer Reports' Dan Rychlowski says even if you don't have the tech skills to pull this off, there are products to help manage your lights and kits that can offer up some extra holiday fun this season. Setting up a smart plug isn't complicated. Most are set up using an app you download on your phone. Once you create an account, you can add your smart plug to the app. From there, you can create routines to have your lights turn on and off automatically. For outdoor lighting, choose a smart plug specifically rated for outdoors, like this top-rated one from Waze. For indoor use, CR likes this one from TP-Link. Some smart plugs even offer energy monitoring features and safety alerts, something that's especially important this time of year.
December is a leading month for home fires, and fires involving Christmas trees and decorations can be especially damaging and deadly. So it's important to always make sure you have working smoke detectors.
Consumer Reports recommends this smoke detector from Simply Safe. Before decorating, inspect all of your lights, extension cords, and plugs to make sure they are in good condition. Only use indoor extension cords and decorations inside, never overload your outlets, and always unplug all of your holiday lights before leaving home or going to bed. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Now, speaking of Christmas lights, here's a live look at the lights at Cowley Park, put up by our own Mark Peterson and the rest of the 4 News Now Extreme team.
You can see the sign there saying, "Making Spirits Bright." It's our way of spreading holiday cheer, not just for those who visit the park, but for the families across the street at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital. We highly recommend you and your family take a drive, take a look. My daughter, Gwyneth, was surprised and I think thought I was a little magical that I know Mark Peterson. She's really impressed with me.
He's a big deal.
Yeah.
All right, one grandmother with cancer's biggest concern tonight is being able to afford gifts for her family. See how our friends at Coyote Country help make her Christmas wish come true. That's next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Well, hello, Mr. Kringle. I suppose you're wondering why I'm here.
It's your house?
Fair enough. Still, I thought we had an understanding. I would be a good boy, and you would bring me a Cadillac Escalade.
Those are $131,000.
Tell me those are the keys.
It's a pair of socks.
Santy, Santy, Santy.
There's a better way to score an Escalade. Play daily, only at Northern Quest.
It's jaw-dropping. It's eye-popping. It's gut-busting. It's showtime. That's right. The whole world loves Beetlejuice. It's a rowdy, rambunctious, rollicking good time. And a big, fantastical funhouse. Beautiful. Everyone agrees this show is so good. You've never seen anything quite like. What else do you need to hear? Beetlejuice, coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts December 31st through January 5th.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year. See your local GMC dealer.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you ready to fight to be fearless? Are you made for greatness? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
You're kidding me.
Let's settle this whole ordeal quickly, yeah?
Why do we trust this guy again?
We get you compensated fairly and don't receive a penny until after you're paid.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Next ET, Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves from Sonic 3 to the music studio.
You're going to speak it into existence.
Plus, our exclusive onset of Jennifer Love Hewitt's Family Affair. Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
4 News Now and ABC World News Tonight.
Delivering reliable information in uncertain times.
Knowing where to turn for news is crucial. Turn to ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And 4 News Now with Derek Dice and Kirsten O'Connor.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
This is the current food supply that's supposed to feed thousands of people who are facing food insecurity here in our community. Second Harvest Inland Northwest supplies food to more than 250 local organizations, and they are experiencing, as you saw there, an extreme shortage.
Yeah, the organization, as well as its partners, are asking for your help. Marissa Rio shows us the trickle-down effect this low food supply is having on our local food banks.
We're really struggling to fill the racks here, particularly going into the future.
Second Harvest Inland Northwest estimates that it provides more than 80,000 meals a day.
So under normal circumstances, we have about 2.5 million pounds of food in inventory. Right now, we're at about 1.25 million pounds. That sounds like a lot of food, but that's actually half of what we would have under normal circumstances.
As Eric Williams walks me around Second Harvest warehouse, he says with sadness that the reality of their food supply is grim. Racks, shelves, and even the cooler are nearly empty. This is the food that's supposed to feed thousands of people in our community who may not know where their next meal is coming from.
Second Harvest supplies food to many local food banks in our community, including here at the Salvation Army Spokane. And as you can see, the shelves here are also bare. An official tells me that he's never seen it this bad before.
Salvation Army's food bank fed over 6,000 households last month, and an official says their demand continues to rise.
They're relying on our help, and it is so difficult for us because we want to make sure that everyone has something when they leave here, and our supply is smaller and smaller. Our food boxes are smaller and smaller as these families are leaving our food pantry.
For information on how you can help these organizations fill their shelves with food, visit our website at kxly.com. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
If you want to help families in need and save a few bucks on the slopes, you can head to Lookout Pass tomorrow. The ski resort will be hosting the Wallace Food Bank. Anyone who brings 7 non-perishable food items will be eligible to buy a lift ticket for just 20 bucks. All right, get ready for the return of some wet weather.
And finally, we're talking about snow. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. All right, Chris, when is the snow going to stick around? Are we talking morning commute time?
You know, it will have arrived by the morning commute and be just about wrapped up in most locations by then, too. On our satellite and radar, we see that very light snow moving into the Palouse and southern portions of the Columbia Basin, but we're having a hard time finding any place where it's actually reaching the ground yet. This is going to be a very weak disturbance, bringing light amounts of snow. This is the camera in Moscow there on Washington, and no indication that it is actually snowing in Moscow. Unless you look up in the street lights, you can see the very lightest of almost more of a mist than snow. We are expecting very light snowfall totals with this system. This takes us through Friday at 9 a.m. In general, less than a half inch. The Moscow-Pullman area may be the exception with a little bit more than that. And we won't add much beyond Friday at 9 a.m. as our temperatures are going to be warming up above freezing. Here's a closer view at some of the snowfall totals around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. The further north you go, the lighter that snow is going to be. We have the chance of snow through just about the morning commute, and then things will begin tapering off as the day goes on. Dry conditions with a high of 36, and then the next system moves in later in the day. Now, for many of us, this snow will be the first measurable amount since before Thanksgiving. And even with these incoming storms, December could turn out to be a dud for winter weather. Meteorologist Matt Gray continues our team coverage with why this is happening and what it says about our forecast for the rest of the winter. Matt?
All right, thank you, Chris. And look, the explanation for why places like Spokane and many other parts of the inland Northwest haven't seen measurable snowfall in December so far, it comes down to this. It's been pretty dry. This is the 15th driest start to December in Spokane's 144-year weather record. And as you saw last weekend when we did get all that rain, well, it was rain. It wasn't snow in many areas. And yes, the next 4 or 5 days, we'll see things pick up. We'll at least have an opportunity for snow, but the rest of the month overall is not looking promising. After the next few days of active weather, everything long term as we get closer to the Christmas and New Year's holidays is pointing towards high pressure weather features, more calm conditions taking over, more low clouds and fog too. And it's getting harder and harder for us to see a path where we end the month of December with even average snowfall. And since December is Spokane's statistically snowiest month at over 13 inches on average, this could have some pretty huge implications for whether it's going to be a snowy year or not. So let's compare what's happening right now to recent history. We'll compare that with the years with similar snow as what we've seen so far to this date. The least snowy starts to the season over the last 50 years to this date, and then any year with less than 3 inches, for example. And finally, the least snowy Decembers that we've had on record. All of those should give us a good picture of our possible outcomes here for this year. So we end up with 21 different years to compare. How much snow did these years end up with at the end of our snow season in the spring when things finally warmed up enough? Here are those results. 11 of those winters ended with extremely below normal snowfall in Spokane. 6 ended up somewhere below normal. 3 were average, and only 1 of those comparative years was above normal. It ended up being like the 4th highest on record, so kind of an outlier there. So will we still end up with a snowy winter in Spokane after this slow start? History says it only happens a little bit, about 20% of the time. Now, that said, the odds might be in our favor this go around as we look ahead to 2025. And tomorrow on 4 News Now, we're going to look at some brand new forecast information for the rest of the winter. But at least when we look at the historical data, well, looks like we might not see a ton of snow when it's all said and done.
All right, Matt, we'll see how it plays out. Well, a lot can happen in 30 years. For our friends in radio upstairs, that's how long they've carried on a holiday tradition called Christmas Wish.
In the past, ZZU has done most of the heavy lifting, and this year, all 7 radio stations are joining forces. Jordan Smith tagged along for the 30th installment of this remarkable tradition.
Hey, it's Jay and Kevin from Coyote Country.
They're stars of the airwaves by day.
Fortunately, we don't have a car, do we, Jay?
I don't have a car, no. I could maybe work on some mud flaps. I think that's
by night, at least during the holidays. they're a rendition of St. Nick.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to try to do a little bit of helping out on our part. We've got a little gift package for you, if that's okay.
Jay Daniels, alongside his partner in crime, Kevin James, are joining forces with KXLY's 6 other radio stations to give close to 400 families another reason to smile through the Christmas Wish program.
I mean, the benefit of this program is huge. It touches so many people.
Today's recipient, a woman named Christina, who's been diagnosed with breast cancer. She was nominated by her daughter Carissa, saying her mom has dedicated her life to serving others. And it shows. Christina's biggest concern is giving her 5 granddaughters a Christmas to remember.
I just want things to be as normal for the grandkids and all of that as possible, and I'm not sure how we're going to make that happen.
Thankfully, these guys do. They invited me along to see the magic of the holidays up close.
I don't care how many times you do it or how many years you do it. It's just so gratifying to be able to do a small part to help somebody who's just having trouble. They're just struggling.
Presents in arm, they loaded up the truck and delivered a surprise. The gang brought gift cards to Yolks and Walmart to take care of those groceries, and then some spending money on a Visa gift card to get the grandkids something nice, as well as a few wrapped presents. The woman who's given so much to everyone else can focus on herself for a change. For 4 News Now, I'm Jordan Smith.
Pretty great stuff. Well, last year, Christmas Wish helped 152 families.
And this year, thanks to a surge in your nominations, that number of families is closing in on 400. We thank you for all that you do.
For sure.
Well, more news coming out of the Holiday Bowl Committee today.
And it's one that sports fans have a big appetite for.
The superhero of the 4th of July is coming to San Diego, and it's the legendary Joey Chestnut. Hear more next on what his Holiday Bowl role will be.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
TV's #1 entertainment talk show has 16 Emmys. It's a new season of Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekdays at 9 a.m.
I use my phone for everything. And now with my Ascend checking from P1FCU, I can do even more. I can deposit checks and easily make payments with my mobile wallet. And when my clumsiness gets the best of me and my phone finally does break, I get free cell phone insurance with my Ascend checking too.
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
Are you ready for this? Ready to take chances? Will you push and break your limits? Are you ready to be a legend? Are you ready to fight to be fearless? Are you made for greatness? This is your moment. Are you ready for this?
The holidays.
So happy together.
And holiday trips. And holiday toys.
Let's do this, fellas.
And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Current Chevy owners get $2,000 loyalty cash allowance on all 2024 Tahoe and Suburban models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Stay ahead of your moderate to severe eczema and show off clearer skin and less itch with Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists that helps heal your skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
As the festivities of this year's Holiday Bowl grow closer and closer, we were treated today as the Bowl Committee named one of the greatest athletes in our time as their honorary chairman. If you guessed the hot dog eating champion of the world, Joey Chestnut, you would be quite right, as the GOAT gladiator of eating not just 83 dogs in 10 minutes, but popcorn, chicken tenders, Big Macs, pizza, and a whole longer list. He does it all. Chestnut will all eaten with 21 pounds before the Oregon-Penn State Big Ten Championship last weekend. Holiday Bowl kicks off in 15 days at the Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego. Syracuse Orange facing the Cougs in the program's second ever meeting, the first since 1979, a Q's win in Orchard Park, New York. Game starts at 5 p.m. Both myself and sports reporter Sydney Berger will be down there with plenty of live coverage all weekend long. The Cougar football team made an announcement today on another addition to the 2025 class. Will Huggins, a 6'7", 250-pound big man tight end from Kansas. Huggins is the first transfer in for the WSU program this portal season, and he hails from the Division II Pittsburgh State Gorillas, where the redshirt junior earned first-team all-conference. Before his D2 days, Huggins spent 4 seasons with the Kansas Jayhawks and caught just one pass for a 20-yard touchdown. Huggins has 1 year of eligibility remaining. Now, speaking of the Holiday Bowl, the last WSU head coach to lead the Cougs to that bid was the legendary Mike Leach, the only coach to lead Wazoo to multiple Holiday Bowl bids in his tenure. Today marks 2 years since Leach died of a heart condition. He was the head coach in Pullman from 2012 to 2019 and coached the Cougs to their first ever 11-win season in 2018. And as he coached both schools, you're seeing right there, Leach was honored by both Texas Tech and Washington State in their game this season with a pirate flag decals on their helmets. And more news out of the Cougar football program today. Running back coach Mark Atuaya departs for the same position at the Utah Utes. Atuaya started as a running back at BYU, then worked with the Cougars before spending 6 years at the Virginia Cavaliers and then his 3-year stint in Pullman. Utah will be the 4th school where he's coached. He led the Cougs rushing attack to over 2,300 yards, 4.7 yards per carry, and 27 total touchdowns. And he also oversaw the development of outgoing transfer Wayshawn Parker, who tallied over 700 yards on the ground this year. Plenty of movement already and surely more to come in the next couple weeks before the Coug Bowl game kicks off. We'll have all the updates right here. In studio, I'm Jack Wallace. And how's the weather looking, Chris?
It is looking wintry. Temperatures today running 1 degree below average at 33. 34 is our average high. And we did drop down into the 20s to start the day. Sunset still 3:58. It's as early as it gets, but it will get a little bit later as we get into the weekend. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So what do you think about these? We like this one.
Yeah, we love that.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower remodel.
Hard water damage makes it hard to keep your home looking picture perfect. Culligan softeners reduce buildup and cleaning time, transforming your water into the fine art of a long-lasting clean. Culligan, water you love.
Another successful year, our 8th year making spirits bright in Cowley Park. The 4 News Now Extreme team couldn't do it without all the volunteers and companies that helped us. So we hope you enjoy it. We want to thank Horizon Credit Union for always showing up and getting the job done.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
Find the perfect gift for your wine lover at Latah Creek.
Stop in or shop online. We'll help you find your new favorite wine.
Come in to Latah Creek today. Sip, shop, and ship most anywhere in the USA. Cheers.
What makes Hospice of Spokane unique is their level of dedication to the patient.
That's our goal, is patients and their families and their needs.
Your team feels like our team. That's how much we know you care about making sure patients and families get what they need.
We go, I feel like, above and beyond for the hospice patients to make that last journey of life comfortable.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Good Feet Store.
All right, welcome back. We've been talking about, will we or won't we be having a white Christmas?
And we just want to see any snowflakes at this point. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker here to tell us more.
That's how I feel. I have been staring at this, at the radar and at this picture of downtown Spokane, waiting like a kid waiting for Santa. Unfortunately, I think this snow is going to be, well, depending on your view, is going to be fairly disappointing. It's 32 degrees right now. This is a live look of the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, looking very festive. Spokane County Courthouse, too. 4 things to know about your weather. Light snow through tomorrow morning, generally less than an inch. In most cases, considerably less than an inch. We have a mix of rain and snow coming in Friday night and into Saturday. It's mostly going to fall as rain in Spokane. Little to no accumulation in other valley locations. Satellite and radar right now showing plenty of blue on the map, but boy, checking with various weather reporters and the sky cameras and different reports, it is hard to find any sign that this is reaching the ground. In most locations, it is just above the surface. Tracking our weather pattern, we do have additional chances for precipitation, but not so much in the form of snow. This system will keep the chance of snow going through Friday morning. We'll get a break throughout the day on Friday. Now here's Friday at 6 o'clock, 24 hours from now. The next system starts moving in with snow over the Cascades, and we've got some rain coming in, mostly all rain Friday night into Saturday morning. More rain showers during the day on Saturday. Here's 5 o'clock Saturday. Mountain snow, and this system is moving off to the east. Snow level around 4,000 feet. Saturday at 5 o'clock. Dry on Sunday, and then the next system starts moving in on Monday, and that gives us our next chance for some snow. I say dry on Sunday. There's still the possibility of some mountain snow showers. Our temperature trend over the next 7 days is above average temperatures every single day. This white line right here is our average high, which is at 34 right now. It drops down to 34 later in the week. We're going to be up to 42 on Saturday, 37 Sunday. Our next chance to see any snow is going to be on Monday with a high temperature of 35. That is our chance to see some snow. 40% chance, possibly some rain mixed in, but anything that we get probably won't stick around as we continue to see temperatures well above freezing through the rest of the 7-day outlook. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. The clock is ticking on a U.S. ban of TikTok, set to take effect in less than 6 weeks.
Now, users and tech companies are wondering what the social media landscape would look like without it. CNN's Karen Caifa has the story.
TikTok continues to fight a law signed by President Joe Biden in April that requires it to divest from Chinese-based parent company ByteDance by January 19, 2025, or be banned in the U.S. Lawmakers argued national security concerns. TikTok argues a right to free speech. If the law takes effect, U.S. app stores and internet services could face hefty fines for hosting the app and its updates.
That's what keeps it running smoothly. So after a certain point, if you're not getting updates to TikTok, it's basically going to stop working.
And that could prompt a shift in where users spend time online, especially younger users whose preferences change.
One of the things that is constant with the work that we do with teens is just acknowledging that the social media landscape can change, and sometimes swiftly.
Monica Anderson of the Pew Research Center says their survey of teens ages 13 to 17 found nearly half say they are online almost constantly. YouTube is the most widely used and visited platform among teens, and about 6 in 10 visit TikTok every day. Some TikTok users have started to lean into similar platforms like Meta's Instagram Stories, but could eventually see change among the big U.S.-based tech companies, who CNET technology reporter Abrar Al-Hiti says are facing their own government pushback because of their size and influence.
They're not going to be banned, but they are facing some pushback as well. So it is an opportunity for American companies to potentially step in and fill the void, but it's still, they're still facing scrutiny for other reasons too.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Well, a new federal rule will save you $30 in overdraft fees if it is allowed to take effect.
Big banks love overdraft. It is easy profit for them, but it is punishing for so many Americans, especially those who live paycheck to paycheck.
So overdraft fees have previously been $35 per transaction. And under this new rule, the charges are capped at $5. It's estimated to save people $5 billion a year. The banking industry calls the proposal blatant overreach, saying the proposed rule would reduce consumer choice and ignore the substantial progress America's leading banks have made in saving money for consumers. The rule goes into effect next October unless it's overruled by the congressional Republicans and President Trump. Under the new rule, banks could still charge more than $5, but those terms would have to be agreed upon up front.
Well, what do you have going on tonight? If you want to sit in front of your TV, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Spokane Valley Summer Theater's beloved annual favorite, A Big Band Christmas, is back with a fresh new story featuring a 17-piece big band, world-class singers from around the region, a children's chorus, nativity, and Santa and Mrs. Claus. It's holiday magic for the entire family. One weekend only, December 20th through 22nd with free parking. Tickets on sale now at svsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
The Murphy bed is a truly instant guest bed. You can convert it from a handsome cabinet to a comfy queen bed in less than a minute. When it's all closed, it takes up less than 10 square feet of floor space with a gel memory foam mattress. Perfect for a loft area, bonus room, or rental property. Offered in several styles and finishes, it's easy to use, easy to love. Visit our 30,000 square feet of home furnishings and flooring. Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One. We're unique, we're different, and we're worth the drive.
4 News Now and STCU are proud to continue highlighting volunteers who go above and beyond with their efforts. STCU Volunteers Count is a project that awards groups and individuals who take volunteering to the next level, donating personal time and financial support to local nonprofits. The winning volunteers will be awarded a grant courtesy of STCU to help further their efforts, and then we'll tell their story. If you know of a local volunteer who deserves recognition, nominate them at KXLY.com.
This Christmas, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay and take advantage of year-end specials on your favorite Toyotas, plus delay payments for up to 90 days, making it a great time to check off your wish list for that perfect gift from Findlay.
This is the best night ever!
Everyone is going all out for the great Christmas light fight.
What would the neighbors think?
They think we're crazy.
We'll deck the halls and the kitchen sink. The great Christmas light fight. New tonight on ABC.
Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
All right, coming up next on Nightside, if you are stressing about the cost of gifts this Christmas, we have some tips for places you may find some relief. That's coming up tonight at 11.
One good thing about this mild valley weather, you can get those Christmas errands all taken care of. Go down and do some shopping in downtown. You might need an umbrella Well, let me think. Saturday, really, you won't. Most of the rain will be over by the time the stores are opening. It's a win-win.
There you go.
I kept thinking that. You know, it's a good time for deliveries. It's a good time for shopping. We got a lot to do this time of year. We got to look at the positive view of this lack of Christmas snow. I like it.
All right, thanks so much for being with us. We'll see you tonight at 11 for Nightside.